One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Friends, welcome to episode 268. You're listening to the Anxiety Guy podcast, and I am Dennis Simsek, truly grateful. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving late last week. I know that we have so much that we can be grateful for, and maybe, just maybe, that could have been a massive turning point for you that day, and all the thoughts that went through your mind that weren't so catastrophic. So I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. This podcast episode is brought to you by my 21-day challenge that you can find at theanxietyguy.com. Just head on over to theanxietyguy.com, scroll down the main page a little bit, and go ahead and opt in to the 21-day challenge. Super fun, super essential. And in today's podcast episode, we're talking about certain terms that have the power and potential to change everything. These words I use with myself. I use them with other people that I'm trying to create an outcome, a positive outcome with. And when you use these words consistently, and possibly with a certain mental movie that comes with them, you are empowering yourself to move away from catastrophic thoughts, irrational fears, sensitivities, and you're moving towards a place where you can truly be more open-minded and neutral towards the things you used to fear. Now, we can label these as being hypnotic language patterns. They program you at the deepest levels because here are some words that we heard repeatedly when we were kids. And when our parents or other authority figures said these words in the way they did, we listened and we made sure that we followed their instructions. So you already have that kind of programming within you. You just have to make sure that you remind yourself of these words as you're going through the day when you want to get rid of something or you want to end a limiting pattern and you want to start something new. Word number one that I want you to use as you're going through the day is stop. Now, the word stop is very, very powerful because I know that when we were kids, our parents always told us to stop doing that, right? Or when we were in the playground and we weren't doing something that we were supposed to, we were told to stop. And so this word stop has been ingrained within us that we can use to stop allowing ourselves to get caught up in anything that is unhelpful. Now, when you use the word stop, you can use it to break your state. What we need to do, warriors, is we need to understand that the goal is to make sure we don't move a negative feeling towards a negative emotion. Because once we get highly emotional, it becomes very difficult, if not impossible, to reverse things back to neutralness. So a feeling is fine, an initial anxious feeling, fear, whatever it is, doubt, it's okay, even anger. But we don't want that to gain any kind of momentum, and that's where the word stop comes into play. We are literally becoming aware of something we need to, rather than allow our feelings to turn into emotions. And so, I want you to use this, and the most powerful way to use it is, as I mentioned, with a mental movie. I want you to recognize that there's a stop sign coming right at you. As you mention the word stop. This is an emotional state break. It literally takes you out of those negative patterns, and it helps you to recognize new perceptions over something that is not serving you for your best interest. The second word is start. Start. You'll notice back in the day we were given tests and exams when we were in school, and the teacher said, it's time to start. Or your parents said, I want you to start this. And there was a lot of power. There was a lot of energy behind the word start. I know that as you're going through the day, when you mention the word start to yourself with great emotion behind it, then what tends to happen is that window of opportunity to begin something you need to gets a little bit wider. So again, we can use the word start to use it against procrastination as well, to use it against things we are afraid of doing, to step out of our comfort zones. So all you have to do is, in an emotional and in a certain way, use the word start. And remember, with all of these words, these power words, you want to make sure that you back them up with some kind of an action, some kind of a behavior that says, yes. The word is transferring over to a behavior, and the behavior, what it's doing is it's creating new belief systems within me. I'm getting rid of those old, outdated belief systems from when I was a child, and I'm upgrading them towards the belief systems I want to live by in terms of what I believe I deserve and who I am in this world, and what this reality truly is, which is in fact safe and not threatening. Therefore, we leave the world of anxiety. So the first word is stop. Second word you want to use each and every day is start. And the third word is now. Now. When you use the word now with great certainty and emotion behind it, you're going to notice that it really sends a signal of dissatisfaction. It says, you need to start doing this at this moment and stop putting it aside until tomorrow. Because what do we tend to do? We always, not consciously we, but the subconscious inner child always looks to put things aside and gives you a number of excuses to say, you know what, it's not the right time, change shouldn't happen in our lives, all of these excuses. And we never seem to get around to the things that we need to do for ourselves, not only to end anxiety, but to be unique and creative and, in fact, natural, our natural identities again. We never seem to get around to it. But with the word now, what you're doing is you're saying, enough is enough. Inner child, I understand how opportunistic you are. I understand that you're trying to keep me within a comfort zone of belief systems, a comfort zone of how to act, and to live by the rules of society. But inner child, in a loving and guiding way, I want you to understand that we must do this now. We can change. We deserve to change. And whatever happened in our past, we can let go of once and for all. We no longer have to allow the mind to be the body, but the mind can in fact run the body. That is how powerful it is. This is how spontaneous remissions arise. When you begin to get the mind out of the way and you allow it to send direct signals to the body to say, hey, it's time to heal. Not tomorrow, but now. So as you go through the day, you're going to be using the word stop to break your emotional state, to make sure the negative feeling doesn't turn into an emotion. You're going to use the word start. Start in a very emotional and certain way to begin something that you need to. And you're going to use the word now because you're going to stop putting things aside and stuffing them away and start applying what you already know. Because let me tell you something. You know enough. You know enough to heal yourself and to become whoever you want to become, to live a life of inner peace, to live a life of creativity, loving connection with those wonderful people out there that are waiting to connect with you. We have an opportunity today. And what this podcast episode should do is it should open up your mind and open up your heart to begin working together. You're already intelligent, but you're overthinking. You're not allowing your intuition, your heart, to run any decisions throughout the day, but it's time to do so. As I mentioned earlier, you have everything you need within you. So begin trusting it. Trust, trust, trust. Remember that you are more than anxiety. Use these tools with great certainty, and I promise you, progress is right around the corner. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.